Hello, my name is Monet Mitchell, and I will be discussing the social psychological theory of sexual permissiveness. This theory was introduced by Duncan Chappell and his colleagues in 1971. I chose this theory because I thought it was really interesting. Basically, speaking about how they explained rape in such an interesting way. I feel like a lot of times, just, when you see a lot of movies, or even, you'll hear people talk about how kind of women are asking for it, or it's something that women are doing that is causing these types of things to happen to them. I kind of felt like this theory kind of introduces the male ego, and saying that kind of it's men and their ego that kind of plays a major part in why women are being raped. This theory talks about why the rate of women, or excuse me, the rate of rape is higher in some societies versus others. Speaking of societies, sexually permissive versus sexually restrictive societies. The the sexually permissive theory states that the higher the rape rate, the more sexually permissive society is said to be. Basically, what this is this means that in a more sexually permissive society, there are more opportunities for men to have consensual non-marital sex with women. This differs from a sexually restrictive society, where the theory states that when a man is rejected by a woman in a sexually permissive society, they become frustrated. This frustration then leads to them using force and then later raping the woman. Different from a man in a sexually permissive society, Chappelle believed that men in a sexually restrictive society are able to kind of take that rejection a little bit easier, because it's something that they're actually used to. Men from sexually restrictive societies rationalize by telling themselves that it's not that they're undesirable, but that women are rejecting them because it's against their conservative or religious beliefs. Chappelle believed that in a sexually permissive society, rejected men cannot use that same rationalization, and Chappelle and his colleagues used rape statistics from the United States and Sweden, and compared them to those of in China and India, and that's kind of how they got these results. I do think that there is a lot of logic, and it makes a lot of sense to say that these are the reasons for why men are raping women in more of a sexually permissive society. But I think it's also important to think about the fact that women are more able to also assert themselves more in a sexually permissive society, because, and this is completely different from a sexually restrictive society, especially in places such as China and India, and maybe women are being raped in India and China more, or a lot more than we think. I just think that a lot of times maybe women in those societies aren't really able to tell their story, especially in situations such as marital rape, where they're not able to really say, this is what's happening to me, because of the strong kind of male dominance going on. So that's why I chose this theory. I thought it was super interesting, and I really enjoyed doing this assignment for sure. Thanks.